Hello, friends of Komodo platform. Hello, friends of technical analysis and crypto price charts and Bitcoin and destabilizing nations and all that good stuff. Me, Giuliano, it's the 19th of November still. Nearing the end of the day, I'm here to share some more crypto price charts using getaurox terminal, sharing my screen here. And we'll take a walk through some charts. If you didn't watch the earlier video, there was some Bitcoin talk, KMD, BTC, RBTC. We'll look at some others. First, we'll take a quick peek at Bitcoin around the 57.8 level. Day's candle here is currently looking looking good here, looking as one might expect. Looks like it might reverse. We're looking for maybe around the 60,000, 60,000 level-ish to hold as resistance, and then finally make a fifth impulse to close out this overall flat-looking pattern, which I guess would be expanding in this case, with the higher high and then this lower low. So anyway, don't want to get too much into it. Just wanted to look actually and remind the Fibonacci retracement from this low to high that we're counting here, this October 20 high. And we are looking at 38.2 here, and the 50,000, 53 is the 50%. So yeah, so really, and in the previous video, we are talking about this 53 level. It's this top of this boxy level. So there you go. Between the 50 and the 61.8, we had our box. I forgot to measure that last time, and I just think that that's worthwhile to just to recognize, and that would be a strong bounce for the next level. And in terms of the channel, who knows? It's pretty confluent over here at this point with the 50%, and if it needs to go 61.8, then that's where it goes before it tries to get back in. We'll see there. I guess 50% is where it might hit. Let's see though. First, it needs to retrace back in the up direction, and we'll see what happens from there. All right, that's it. BTC, USD. Now let us move over to some other crypto price charts and take a look. Whoa, origin trail TRAC is back at 32. It's down in the, I think, 25 level. Well, let's take a look where it went. Not unexpectedly, if you're curious about some of the previous discussion, then check some of the previous videos. Origin trail. Okay, so what is happening here? Let's check the weekly. Let's take off the view here. What a bounce. So depending on the trajectory of the move here, oops, yeah, it gets to 5. But anyway, that's not my point. My point is we could be still heading up after a little bit of consolidation here, and then I guess that's what we're looking at. But the question is here: is this green? Well, we're still on a Friday, so who knows how it's going to close? But is this candle, whatever it's going to look like, and we can look at a daily to get a sense of it. And I guess it's going to keep coming down. I don't know if the 20 is going to hold. Maybe it will. But I mean, after one candle like this, we'll know it's a good move if we get 2 or 3 more and it comes back to these, not 2 or 3 more, 1 or 2 more to make 3 in total. That comes back to this, 37, 36, 37 level. That would be solid. But guess is here that it's reaching here. It's going to fizzle at some point and come back down a bit. Maybe it'll still make a higher low than here. All right, we still might, it's gone up. Maybe it just consolidates a bit. Maybe it'll go higher, but I don't know if we'll have 3 in a row of the green. You never know. All right, we'll see what kind of move it is. But my guess is more of a sideways action. So this is a good intermediate move here and then come back down. That's the sense I'm getting. Whether it's going to be a higher low or lower high, I don't know. But I just wanted to recognize, so we've broken out of these downtrends here, and we haven't come back down to touch them. My guess is there's a good chance that it might come back down to touch them, but I think that this horizontal level that matches to back here and even back here, this level here, you see how it's like resistance here, support here, kind of supportish here, and then breaks down resistance here. And if we bring that all the way to present day, we see here previously in August and September of 2020 was significant levels, and now it's becoming support levels here. It was previously a bit of resistance here. So let's get this a bit higher, a bit bigger. Okay, now origin trail price chart. On a daily level, the strongest would be holding the 20-day moving average. Next strong would be holding this band as support, which was previously support. But my guess is we're coming back down to test this level and to confirm it as support. Although we could say that this itself is that confirmation. So that could be the case also. And this whole move here could be done. And if that's the case, then yeah, we're ready to either consolidate a bit more accumulation and then go higher on a daily level, which on a weekly level might make sense with a couple more, 1 or 2 more weekly candles. So we were saying we'll come back in, so now we go back out. So a couple more weekly candles, and then we can make our way to the 5. I don't know what the time frame is going to be, and I don't know even know if it's going to be like this, but origin trail is looking nicely impulsive, and I still have the sense of a bigger move here that's playing relating to what we see here. So up, down, and up, right? Okay, so that's origin trail, and I just wanted to recognize that we had looked at these price levels before, and we got the bounce at like as a wick on the daily, or sorry, in a weekly. I mean, that's a strong thing. So on a daily, we got 1 day down here at the 22 level. So it went way beyond this level here, which was like 27, 28 level, more 28 level here, 2,800 Satoshis. So there you go. Never fear if something goes hard and high up. There's a good chance it'll come back down. It might take a while. This was just a short-term move, you know, up and down. So that's not that much time. But if we're talking bigger maneuvers, bigger degrees, then yeah, this stuff takes time. Like a degree like this, big up degree and then big down degree. Feels like we're still in the bigger degree, similar to this, and then we'll get a bigger down degree. And I think that relates to, I don't even see it here, maybe it got rejected, so that's fine. Okay, that's origin trail. How long is it going to stay like this? We'll take a look at the 4-hour time frame, you know, but I get the sense we are going to have some sideways action and consolidating this Bollinger Band expansion. Now consolidate it and then find the next move. And my bias is here to the upside, but it could be down. Okay, so yeah, this seems about right. I mean, looks like we have a pretty decent pattern played out here. Found the important supports, and boom, what a spring. You know, have this. Now we're gonna have to back test this spring on the 4 hours. So on the daily, what's that gonna look like? Daily might look like either 1 or 2 candles of red. Maybe it's going to find the bottom of this box here and then keep moving up, or consolidate, move down a bit, whatever it's going to need to do. Okay, so in terms of time, it's hard to say at this point. Let's watch the next day or two in term, you know, and we see the weekly candles. Like this could be just 1 red, and then we'll see what this looks like. It could even be red, but whatever, and then off to the races for more, or might take 1 or 2 weeks longer into December, might take 6 weeks into January. I don't know what this is going to look like here. Okay, not yet. Well, never. I mean, I'm not an expert or anything, so none of this financial advice either way. And also, just generally, you know, do your own research. But it looks like, okay, look, here's the deal. We've got a nice trajectory right now here on the 4 hour, with the beginning of this move looks like it's down here, and we're now potentially getting our bounce at this level. If it comes down, by the time it touches this line again, depending what the levels are, we can watch it. But you know, there's this level of 25, 26 is a good level to try and get some if you're looking for some. None of this advice again, but if you're looking for some origin trail, that's definitely a decent level there, like 25 to 26.50 is a solid little level there. Yeah, for sure. Okay, but again, if you were paying attention from before, you might have already set some things up, and good for you if you got in on that. Congrats. Okay. Anyway, right now, yeah, look, it's been quite a number of candles in a row. Let's see some consolidation and see where that takes us next using any other indicators. For example, these. So yeah, maybe there's room for more. Maybe it is going to impulse a bit more, and we're just going to, you know, get into oversold. But it probably doesn't have to. It's, you know, as this kind of downtrends like this, I imagine this to be a decent topping area and kind of come down. And even with this, like just a short positive momentum, come back down, just work this out. I like this trend line so far. We're going to keep at it. Okay. All right. So that's origin trail 4 hours. And on the daily, it looks like something reasonable, doesn't it? Yes, it does. This, oh, interesting. Okay. So, I mean, if we're following that, that's a bit different because how do we get, that's why I'm having difficulty here. These are too big. Let's get you a little down. Okay. Yeah. So this is so we had our 2 to 4 trend line like this. I guess we broke down and we're back above. We'll see what happens here. If that's the case. Yeah, so if that's the case, then again, I'm guessing some consolidation, break the 2 to 4 trend line. So in that case, I do see this bottom as a good place to play the trend line and see what happens. Now, however, if we're looking at from what I'm looking at as a 0 to 1, maybe this 0 to 1, this makes me wonder and think that this here where we have the 2 for this wave down, sorry to take so long here. Now it's making me think that this whole thing is part of the bigger correction, and maybe this 2 goes here, and then we start this as some sort of 1, 2, and this is some sort of maybe 3, 4, 5, and then we're going down here, zigzag down there, whatever you want to call it, or even this is a 5, but the 1, 2, 1, 2, or this is a 3, now we're in a 4, and then we're going to move to a 5. So I don't know what kind of degree we're in here. It's a bigger degree than this action, but because of where this trend line ends, that's why I used it like that. You know, if this is the beginning of the other impulse, maybe this is part of that. So whatever, on a smaller scale, it's not as big of a deal, but then we go to bigger scales and like, okay, well, that's why it makes sense, because on a bigger scale, that's fine. It can work that way. So back to the daily and just saying that, yeah, we've got some room to consolidate further and keep going. Otherwise, maybe there's actually more to go. It's the bias is definitely for more consolidation though, in this sense. Okay, because this is daily chart, so 7 candles is a week. So you get 1 or 2 more candles on the weekly chart. That's 7 or 14 more candles. Okay, so that's basically the idea. I think that's it. I don't really have much else to say about the origin trail price chart. We can just move these for now. Hide that, hide this, and just keep our trend lines. I'm going to get rid of these for now. Let's hide them unless something starts cropping up as important, like if the price is going far enough down that we might think we could see it as a retest of the, or just as using that as a support, which sometimes it does. And that'll mean that it's taken a longer time to consolidate this big move up. which is not surprising either. We could just be at the beginning of this correction on a significant level. Like the price could mess around here and then come back down and do its thing or whatever it needs to do. I don't know how big this correction needs to be. We'll see. It doesn't feel like it needs to be this big yet though, but I don't know anything about what it needs to be, obviously. So, okay, that's origin trail. It's been a while since we had a bit of a discussion about the origin trail price chart, but overall, it's like just getting started. Overall, it's just getting started, isn't it? You know, it was doing its thing, came down. Hey, I was here before. Let me just chill out for a bit. Okay, now let's play. And what's next? That's basically the idea. All right, that's your origin trail price chart against BTC. Wow, there's plenty more to do. Let's go to DERO next and just see, oh, we're getting a bit of a pump back again today. It's been hovering around that 37, 36 level. And yeah, you can see now consolidating on the daily again, daily price chart, sideways. So this was a toppy area, and now we're coming back down, confluencing with that channel we had drawn, obviously a significant price zone of resistance and historically here, and with some, you know, blowing off here. So yeah, I think this sideways, and interestingly, you know, it is this sideways rectangle here is being held in as support, you know, so that's interesting. But we are now today getting a very sideways candle, so I'm guessing down is very potential here, as at the same time we're still making more locally, we're making a higher high and a lower and a higher low here. So we'll see though. It's respecting this channel nicely, the midway line of the channel nicely. DERO price chart has been really interesting to watch over this time. I must say, I'm really enjoying whoever made that recommendation. I'm sorry, I don't remember exactly who first recommended it, but thank you for that recommendation. Anybody else has a recommendation, please make it, and we'll take a look if we can. I'm enjoying it. This is a daily price chart, okay, and the sense is though that these levels here are not going to be held. Are going to be held as resistance, and the price is going to, you know, find its way back down, at least to the bottom of this channel, is my sense, and then probably at some point it's going here as it just seems like, oh, but then I don't know, then we start really getting dicey. But again, this level down here at the 15,000 is always in play. Like these charts, they go up and then they come down. And you know, on a weekly level, oops, there we go. Let's take a look here. On a weekly level, this already spells potential for doom here on that sense. Like there's just a good chance that it's coming to at least to 20,000 Satoshis here, or 22 or whatever it's going to be around here. Maybe it's just going to be back here, like here. But at this point, when you're down here, you might as well be going down here or even down here. And that's if Bitcoin is just wrecking things, you know, against BTC, against the alt. So in that case, like I think even just something like this, respecting the lower border of this current channel that it seems to be in, with this as the anomaly, I think that's a very good possibility on a weekly basis. And what that would mean then is potentially, you know, you have going down to the lower border, and then you can continue up, or maybe it's sideways or whatever it is. But at that point, maybe you get to go up a bit in there, and then you continue. Like at some point, the one channel or another is going to be broken, but it can ride it for a while. So there you go. I'm actually going to get rid of this channel to get rid of this noise right here. I'm just going to hide it. And that's based on this action here. And for now, we're gonna just let the price work its way through here and see if we get back into this box. We'll see what happens, but that relates to this price zone here. I'm gonna get rid of it for now, though. I'm just gonna hide it. We're gonna see where it goes, okay? Because either we're gonna hold this level and go higher or sideways, or we're gonna come lower, and lower is into the box. That's fine. Ooh, so that's the DERO price chart on the weekly Yep, and I'm also now going to give us a trend line that seems to be respected, and it's relatively this trend line. Oops, cancel. And that's when I want to bring in another trend line right here. And that's when we start to notice a really strong potential for, whoa, for very soon finding out what's going to be happening here. So we have definitely potential to come down even to these levels. Again, that's this region here, and that starts to get into this triangulation. So let's see what happens. DERO price chart. All right, cool. That's it for that. Bias is downward on this one. It doesn't have to be huge downward, even 30,000 Satoshis. Okay, we'll see. If it can hold this 20-week moving average over the next candle or two, I mean, by then you're already basically out of this triangulation to the upside, and you're testing these previous resistances. So that's really strong. But a failure of that would bring us right back in here. Okay, goodbye, DERO price chart. Thank you for looking so beautiful and wonderful in your advancements. Okay, now where are we going? Oh, BNB back over the 0.1. Interesting. Let's take a look here. What do we got? BNB. Just a lot of choppy sideways, but it's expanding. That's pretty fascinating. BNB for now, expanding on this level here, like that. That's pretty cool. Pretty solid. Yeah, cool. Let's see. Maybe. Yeah, I'm not sure where this would like to go, but it looks like it wants to keep going higher. BNB BTC on the weekly price chart. Look at this support here in buying, but and it's trying to hold above this previous resistance, closing resistance. You know, it just had a previously good run up though, and now stalling. So I'm guessing, you know, these are the chops before a bit of an impulse down, and that feels right. And maybe this level here of 0.085 is a level like. At this point, previously I would say, nah, we can't do that. But now, of course, these things can go so low. They mess with me all the time, these price charts. So I'm going to use this as a nice support level. We might even have covered this previously, but BNB, if it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, then it's probably not a pigeon. But look at that. Look at this thing. That's a beautiful price chart right there. Good for you, BNB. Jeez, I just want to clap for that. Look at that. That's like, wow. That's salt. Oh, okay. So you want to take a look at the daily, see what it looks like a little bit more? Yeah, we're going down, is my guess here. Like, again, nice impulse candle here. That's what happens during the corrections. You get nice, like, daily or even weekly impulse candles that, you know, make good volatility, but, you know, collectively it just means up after some down, up, and then more down, and up and down, and whatever it's going to be in a correction. So nothing to write home about at this point. Still making lower highs compared to previously here. And so it looks like, but there is a bit of a channel here. So yeah, top of the channel, either going to go down to the bottom of the channel, or we're ready to break out of it. We'll see. Because it is a daily, so probably like another day, maybe another day, and then come down. But nah, biases to the downside at this point. I mean, these are, you know, you get one or two. There's, it looks like a one candle, and the rest is going to come back down, but that's good. Good work, BNB. Overall, price chart looks solid. Yeah, let's keep it like that. Okay, then we are going to change over to the, what are we looking at? Oh, ICX. Yeah, it's hovering around the 3,800 Satoshi. So it's been holding strongly this week, this candle, but it could be a bit of a toppy week type of a candle, making a lower high, confirming some lower high action here than previous, and just keep coming down towards the lower end of this kind of widening funnel. shape, which is fine, and then breaking out here like 2022. Watch out for the spring of 2022. That's all I got to say. It just seems like it confluences time-wise and you know, geometrically with trend lines and stuff in a way that portends for some spicy action in some altcoins. Like I'm looking in the spring, I'm looking for, you know, 6,000 to 10,000 satoshis per for this chart. You know, that's just kind of what makes sense. And why not? I mean, and if we're really going like ultra bull mode, super expansion explosion, then we're coming to these 25,000 levels, at least, you know, intra week as wicks. It feels like. I mean, that's wild. Yeah, look out for it. Look out for it. We still have time to prepare. You know, this was 2020 right here. Right here, this was 2020. We're at 2020 levels here. There's nothing special that's happened in the altcoin Bitcoin charts other than look at all this accumulation in the ICX BTC price chart. So ICX BTC is looking incredible. I like what it looks like in terms of accumulatory stature, and yeah, looking good. I mean, why do I get excited when I look at these price charts? I guess, I don't know. What can I say? I guess I like forms and figures and things that turn me on, and shapes and all that good stuff definitely turns me on. All right, so I hope you're turned on too by some of this action here. And that's a weekly price chart. On a daily level, we are looking, I hope you're enjoying this, by the way. Let me know what you think and make some comments. And yeah, if you have any recommendations you want to see or requests, go for it. And yeah, it looks like, well, yeah, it's like flat patterning and just kind of sidewaysing, getting rejection at this previous like important support resistance area. But it's trying, but yeah, you know, biases is the downside. But maybe we use this as some support now. Maybe we're able to get to the 3,400 satoshis level, and this kind of level here continues to hold as support. That would be huge. That would be a good sign, a really good sign. Then again, it might just go back up here and then keep coming back down. Whatever it does, though, I get the sense though coming down is more likely over time by January. In the short term, it could chop around anywhere. But yeah, we'll see though. This could just be the start of a new impulse. Like we could just be getting ready right now. This might be not something that needs to take a while, and we could be getting out of here. But I think bias can serve for now, unless the next number of days, this next week or two, tells us anything. But otherwise, it's kind of sideways down. And look for the lower end of this funnel as, or expanding cone, expanding. Yeah, that could be a support level here too, around 27, 8, 9, 3,000 satoshis. I mean, if it has to go over here, or maybe it doesn't make it. Okay, that's your ICX against BTC. Thank you, ICX. You are so ICX-y. Oh, I love it. Okay, now, yeah, this is a logarithmic chart, friends. So watch out for when everyone's like, altcoin mania, altcoins is the future, everything is the future, it's coming, it's here now, bye. By then, wow, yeah, we'll see what happens at that point. We'll keep watching the charts. That's what I'm enjoying, and I'm enjoying doing this, being with you. So hope you're enjoying it too. Okay, so that's ICX. And we are going to look, oh yeah, the LTC, I mean, it went back down. I'm not gonna go too deep into LTC. You saw, if you wanna look at the previous video, looked at monthly chart and gave some ideas about LTC. XYO we can look at, because got an XYO comment last time. Also, we were curious, like it's developing quite nicely as a chart. These are early stages and early times, and look at this one, you know, it's using the previous long term, in this case, like a couple of years, all-time highs at the beginning as support now, right here, supporting at this level here and trying to get back up. So that's cool, but locally on a daily level, we're still making higher lows. still making lower highs, but we did get a nice like stable support level here, a test of this support, and then a retest, and we're getting it. So that's good. That's a really good sign. It might stay above this level here. Right here is related to that as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put another line right here, and I'm going to say that this zone here, but this could be just a nice accumulation zone if that's what is happening here for XYO. But let's see. Let's go with one of these, and we'll say about here to hold. If that doesn't hold, then yeah, we're continuing back down towards the next one for sure. Okay, and then maybe down even more. Again, this is against the BTC price charts, so you never know about this stuff. You know, maybe it's. However, this looks quite like. I'm not gonna. I don't know. Anyway, no need to speculate. It's showing itself here. Anyway, yeah, we'll keep watching it over the next few days. Momentum wise, I mean, this thing, it all depends like what kind of adoption and network action happens. What are people doing with it? But yeah, I get this. I get the sense that there is some winding down in this price chart. Like I know it went down really hard down here, but it went really hard back up. So I get the sense it needs to at least find some sort of something in between here as support, if not even a bit lower along there. Maybe it'll take time. Maybe it's about time. All right. Here's the spring. So we'll see. April, May, March, February. Maybe first it needs to just take a move up. Maybe it's not done here and it just goes up and then it has its thing. And it does its thing, and then whatever happens, you know, I don't know. That doesn't feel like it though. That's a different probability. I think it's a lower probability in my estimation. All right, that's XYO. So it looks like we are, yeah, just heading down, but we have some good supports here. So let's see what happens with that. And well, there was a Solana there. There's Theta. There's DOT. What's happening? DOT. Yeah, back in the 70,000s. Theta still in the 10,000s. Let's take a look at Theta, friends, because I guess Theta is probably in a good position right now. Yeah, this could be your major spring right here. Because look, you're breaking this level after quite a sharp impulsive move down. You're breaking it. I'm guessing you're pretty much good to go. Now, the fact that this was another one of those horizontal resistances where you had like a high top and then another low top, this looks definitely like it's not over, but there could be some consolidation at these levels. And let's go back and see. No, I don't know. So against BTC, what's happening here? Yeah, I mean, we're just consolidating, and I get the sense that it could go sideways or up a little bit here. If we get down though to the bottom of the channel, that really messes with this type of price level here. So that is quite possible. And you know, to be fair, this resistance was never really tested. It was closely tested back here in October, but I get the sense that, yeah, I get the sense we're going to come back down at least to the bottom of the channel. But I've been wrong so many times that the other option is that this is the support level, and then we start building the base and the foundation and come back up. I wouldn't be surprised if it's sideways first before coming down, but then at that point, yeah, maybe Theta is too strong at this point that it doesn't have to come back here and retest this level. That's just might be how it is. But never say never. Maybe it first goes up, tests these levels, and then comes down here and tests these levels. And maybe, hopefully, find support here and test these levels. And then maybe it goes back down to confirm these levels. I don't know. And then we're in 2024. Hello. I don't know. I mean, that's a long time frame, but maybe, you know, maybe we can protract it. I don't know if it has to be that compressed like this. Maybe. Where did this go then? I don't know. Whatever. Yeah. Maybe it's more like, yeah, I mean, that made sense. It's again, it was in the spring and such. So if BTC is in some high number and then the alts are kind of retesting their previous highs, but not really getting there. But look, they're going up against BTC by like 60, 80%, whatever. And although at that point, maybe it's like you're in really, again, oops, blown out alt season, right? Who knows? We're really still in an impulse there, and then that's what happens. So then in that case, it would probably be like wreckage. Like it would probably, you know, I don't know what it would look like, but stuff like that, and you'd probably go up like that, and then need to come back down and whatever, do your thing, you know, into. But then we're in 2025, so at that point, maybe it is one of these. You know, who knows what these things are going to look like. Again, that's just one example. I get a sense that this will be a very strong potential course of action here. I don't know why, but anyway, we'll see. Stick around. This is a weekly price chart, by the way, so maybe that other option of doing your thing and going higher first is what's going to happen, and from there, who knows. But we're out of here for the theta BTC price on the weekly, and we'll just quickly check on the daily and say, yeah, look, this is interesting area here. We're in between these resistance highs and this only support low here, and we're getting a bit of rejection potentially from this, you know, midline area, and then we'll come down this way. Yeah, and maybe by January, February, you're down here. I don't know. Let's see. Keep an eye out there for theta against BTC. Still looking like it's in quite a consolidation. It's interesting to watch these over time. Very interesting. I'm fascinated. Okay, as I've said before. Okay, let's go to ADA BTC and then we're done. So ADA BTC. Oh yeah, and this follows that similar type of theory. Yeah, I'm glad it's stuck on here. So this for now, we'll get rid of you and say thank you. This action here, I can get rid of it for now. Well, actually, we're going to keep this one, but this right here, we'll get rid of you. That's right, construction. I'll do something with it later. And with the fib extensions, we'll get rid of you later. Okay, so this is where, you know, we can get some potential issues because, you know, you have lines like this and things like this can happen. That's how, it's definitely how things can happen. And then we're into 2022. So yeah, so again, maybe it's, you know, it's something like this. And maybe it even comes and tests this and goes higher than this. And then something like that. So that's just all I'm saying about Cardano. You know, ADA BTC might go up even from here or whatever. This might be significant support, bounce around, do its thing, whatever. This is a weekly price chart. Remember, there's lots of daily candles in here. And then eventually, you know, bull market into the spring or whatever as a strong potential. Again, none of this financial advice or any type of guarantee, right? Okay, and oops. and then it gets some sort of rejection, right? At significant levels, like trend-wise, and at that point, we start our significant bear market, and you know, we come down, and there you have something very potential. You know, we get, I don't know what it would look like, what the shape would look like, but boy, oh boy, boy, oh boy, oh boy, that seems possible. So let's watch out what happens on a daily price chart for ADA. This looks like it's consolidating and finding bottom. We're trying to get beyond these resistance levels here and figure out the next thing. So we'll see. I think maybe it goes up, hangs out, comes down, maybe goes up 10. Yep, that's the kind of pathway I'm seeing here. Is it potentially like, you know, goes up into this level here, and maybe it comes down, I don't know. Oops, I don't know. Like comes up in here, and then it's eventually up into here, and then it's down. That's the sense I'm getting, right? Looks very possible. Okay. That's your ADA against BTC. So tell your friends. Okay, that's enough for that. Let's close that on the daily price chart for ADA. And that's that. I think we're done. Wishing you all very well. I'm gonna log out here. And until next time, wishing you love, peace, and happiness. Enjoy. Goodbye.